Okay, this is problem 3 right here. 3. Y is greater or equal to negative 2x plus 4. Let's graph that. The y-intercept is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The slope is negative 2. So from that point, we can go down 2 and 1 across. That'll give us 2 points to that line. And let's graph that. Now this one is greater or equal to, so that means it also includes that line. Okay? So it is going to be a solid line. This is the one, y is greater or equal to negative 2x plus 4. Okay. Now let's graph the next one. Y is greater or equal to 2/3 x. So there's no y-intercept over here. Y equals mx plus b. There's no b there. So I would assume that the b is going to be right here. Okay? 0, 0. Now from that point, we can draw another point by using this slope, 2 over 3. So I go up 2 and 3 across. 2, 3, and there's our other point right there. Now I'm going to change pens. I'm sorry, I should have changed pens already. And draw this line. So both of these lines, both of these inequalities do include the line, the values of the line itself. So something like that. Okay. Something like that. This one is this one right here. Y is greater or equal to 2/3 x. Okay. Now for both of these, it's y is greater or equal to, y is greater or equal to, y is greater or equal to. So the vertical values, the y values, is going to be above the line, above the line. So the first one is going to be this area. If I were to shade it, it would be shading all this area. Now for this inequality, it would be this area, above the line. I can already see the solution to this system of inequalities would be above the line, above the line. It would be in this triangle right here. So let's graph that right there. I mean, let's shade it. I'm going to shade it by just drawing in some lines here like this. Okay. Now this is only to show that this is the area that we selected to be the solution for the system of inequalities. Okay. Now we can also prove, right? The step is we have to prove sometimes whether a certain point is going to fulfill that solution of system of inequalities. So let's try a point. Now I have scratch paper here. This is my scratch paper. I always use scratch paper. Okay, so I can just see right here, if I selected the point 2, 2, which would be this point right there, it should fulfill the two inequalities. Okay, let me write that down. 2, 2. This is a test point. We're going to call this a test point. Okay, just to verify, just to make doubly sure that we shaded the right part of the graph. Okay, so this is 0.22. So let's see. The first inequality, y is greater or equal to negative 2x plus 4. Oh, okay. Now let's substitute 2, 2. 2 is greater than or equal to negative 2 times 2 again, plus 4. 2 is greater or equal to negative 2 times 2 is negative 4 plus 4. So we finally have 2 is greater or equal to 0. That is a check. Let's do the next inequality. Y is greater or equal to 2/3. Okay, substitute the points 2, 2 in there. And we have 4 over 3. 4 over 3 is 1 1/3. So 2 definitely is greater or equal to 1 1/3. So this is a check. So that point here, 0.22, is indeed in the area of the solution to the system of these two inequalities. So that has just verified our graph to be correct. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Number 4. Okay. This one says y is less than negative 1/4 x plus 2. Okay, so our y-intercept is 2. The slope is negative 1/4. So from this point here, we can go down 1 and 4 across. Down 1, 4 across. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then draw our line. It's going to be a dashed line since it doesn't include the values on that line. So let's make it a dashed line. Okay, something like that. It's going to be a dashed line. Okay. Let's label that y is less than negative 1/4 x plus 2. Okay. Okay, let's go to the next line. Y is less than or equal to x plus 3. Y-intercept is 3. Oh, I should have used the red pen again. Doggone it. Okay. The slope is 1. 1 over 1. So that could be ideal. Put it there. Now, in this case, it actually equals... It includes the line. It includes the values on the line, so it'll be a solid line. Okay. Now I have here this one. Y is less than negative 1/4 x plus 2. So less than is below the line. Less than, below the line. Okay. Now this one here is less than or equal to, so it includes the line, but it's still the values below the line. Okay. Now where these two shadings would intersect, you can already picture it, is going to be under these two lines over here. So let's shade it in. Just like that. So it includes this line, it goes all the way up. It does not include this line, but all values below it are the solution to this system of inequalities, okay? Okay, I hope you guys got that. You guys want to take a test? Let's try our favorite point, 0, 0, right there, okay, at that intersection. Let's try that. Back to my scratch paper. I'm going to shift it over a little bit so you can see what we're doing. Now, if we use test point over here, test point 0, 0. Now, is test point 0, 0, if it's correct, it should be part of the solution, shouldn't it? Yes. So let's see. We're going to substitute it into these two original inequality. Okay, 0 is less than negative 1/4 0 plus 2. 0 is less than, that turns to 0. It does check out for the first inequality. Let's check it out for the next one. Y is less than or equal to x plus 3. The point is 0, 0. Substitute zeros in for the variables. And what do we have? 0 is less than or equal to 3. That is also a check. So our point 0, 0 is in the area of the solution, and that's just one validation that I believe this graph is correct. It's a solution to this system of inequalities, okay? There we go. Do it again. Here's the next one. Hope you guys are ready. We're just going to be moving on now. Okay, number 5. Look at this, page 36. Number 5, page 36. Okay, let's get on it. Okay, this needs to be rearranged first, so let's do that. I'm going to put it into the the y equals mx plus b form. But this is an inequality. It's okay. I'm going to subtract x from both sides. Okay, just like that. Subtracted x from both sides of the inequality leaves us with y is greater than negative x plus 4. The y is less than 2, that can just stay like that. It's just a horizontal line. Okay, let's graph this one first. The y-intercept would be 4, and it's going to be a dashed line because it does not include the values on the line. Okay, let's mark that. 1, 2, 3, 4, right there. And the slope is negative 1. So I can go down 1 and 1 across. That'll be our second point. Okay, let's draw that line. Okay. Okay, we're going to draw this line here. It's going to be a dashed line. Okay. The next line, y is less than 2. It has no x value on this side, so it's just a horizontal line. Okay. So this is y equals 2. Now this is also going to be a dashed line because it does not include the values of this line. Just like that. Now the first one, x is greater, so I would think that the values of the y and the x, y is greater than negative x plus 4, it'll be above. It'll be above like this. Okay, the value is going to be above. Now for the second one, y is less than, so this one it'll be below this horizontal line. So can you see that this y is above, the values are above. This y, the values are below. So can you see that the solution is going to be in this triangular area? Let's mark it. Okay, just like that, the little triangle, that is going to be our solution. Now let's double check to see if it does hold with a test point. Okay, here's another test point we're going to use. Use my scratch paper here. So I hope you guys got to see my test points. Sometimes when I'm doing these calculations, I'm not really checking if it does come on camera, but hopefully it did, okay? Hopefully it did, and you can double check right now if I missed it. I'm gonna choose a test point right there. That point would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 1. Test point 4, 1. Okay? Would be right here. So if I'm correct, it should satisfy the two inequalities. Let's see. Okay, the first one, 4, 1. So the point is 1 there, greater than negative 4 plus 4, which will give us 0. 1 is greater than 0, that's true, okay. So it checks out for the first inequality. Second inequality, y is less than 2, y is 1, which is less than 2. So the second inequality also checks out. So the point 4, 1, the test point, it is part of the solution. So we just verified that we did the right shading. Okay? Well, sorry for that bouncy thing. Okay. So that is all for this video. I hope you guys understand what we're doing. If you have any questions, contact me. Otherwise, we're going to have a test on Thursday. It'll be quite a long test, so be prepared for quite a bit of work, okay? Bye-bye.